Warriors coach Steve Kerr called the team out after an embarrassing loss to the Nuggets last night. He was pissed after the game. I'll tell you what's going on there. Plus, there are major questions swirling around Steph Curry's fatigue and back issues. I have a major update for you on his status for tonight's game. And Jimmy Butler had some very candid thoughts about what's going on with Steph. I'm going to break it all down for you, everything that's going on right now, Steph's injury status and the implications it'll have on tonight's game against the Bucks and beyond. Welcome to Warriors Digest. I'm Arthur Ballesteros. And if you haven't hit subscribe yet, just do it right now. Become a part of the growing Warriors community here at Warriors Digest. We are this close to 10,000 subscribers. And as you can see in the graphic, less than 30% of you watching right now are subscribed. So hop on in here. We give you news, analysis, commentary, everything that's going on with the Warriors. Shout out to Randy Silver, the OG of the channel, who's been holding it down, building this community. And I just thank you for welcoming me as well as we kind of break down everything that's going on with the Warriors on a daily basis. So hit that subscribe button right now. There's a ton to get into today. Again, pardon me, I am still sick, getting through it. I'm much sicker after last night's loss, though. Just an ugly showing against the Nuggets without Jokic in the lineup, without they had 3 starters who were out last night. It was just not a good showing. 20 turnovers, abysmal free throw shooting. It was the old Warriors before Jimmy buckets. But I'm not the one who's the most upset. I think the team is the most upset at themselves. And Steve Kerr had a lot to say after the game. Check this out. He really called them out.
They played great. The right team won. We didn't deserve that. We were awful. The body language was bad. These are always tough nights. Like I said, you do a game and the other team's best players are out, and it's like this natural letdown. Even though you raise it, bring it up, you talk about it, but we got what we deserved for sure.
I think he summed it up perfectly. I mean, just disappointing to see. Comment right now. Are you concerned after the Warriors lost last night? I mean, just every opportunity to move up into the standings there. You had the Minnesota Timberwolves. They had a loss last night. The Warriors it was set up. 3 of the starters are out. Here we go. We're at home. We're on a roll. It didn't happen. This tweet also came out from Steve Kerr. He shared a little bit more of his thoughts after that press conference to Anthony Slater, where he was talking about Steph Curry. I mean, obviously, this is what he had to say. He said he's tired, exhausted. He's been carrying us for over a month. Steve Kerr said he's potentially going to sit him tomorrow, being today. But we actually just got the news that he is going to be sitting. Anthony Slater gave us this update that Steph is going to take a day off. And I think a lot of us saw this coming. I know I was getting a lot of pushback from my video about Steph's back. And did I get a little bit too, I think, overly worried about what's going on with Steph's back? Probably. Was it premature? Maybe. But now we're starting to see there is a little bit of a problem here. I'm not saying that we're not going to go to the playoffs and we're not going to give a real shot at getting Steph his next ring. But I'm just saying that this complicates things. We don't have much time left in the season to go here. So this just complicates it all. Jimmy also had a lot of thoughts about this, whether Steph was tired or not. This is what he had to say.
Exhausted. Do you see him wearing down a little bit?
Yeah, I'm not going to say it was wearing down, but it's okay to be tired. And that's on myself and that's on us as a unit to pick up the slack for him. He's, as everybody wants to think that he is superhuman, he is our leader, and we must protect him at all times. So that's on myself for sure, but everybody else to make sure that we're supposed to be doing and give my man a break.
So he won't say that he's worn down, but he'll say that he's tired. And everybody keeps interchangeably using tired and the back issue. It seems like it's a combination of both. And, Steph's been doing so much for the Warriors during this recent winning stretch here. But over the last 3 games, I want you to take a look at this here. Over the last 3 games, it's been a struggle. And I think I started to notice this back issue in the game against the Pistons, but really you start to see the decline after the Sacramento game. So only scored 11 points there. Then he just starts having a really rough time shooting the ball after that. And then obviously we see what happened last night. 7 turnovers, not making smart plays. Just doesn't look like the Steph Curry that we've been seeing. But of course, We can expect this. He's 37 years old. It's towards the end of the season. He's going to be worn down. Of course, I get it. I get it. I'm just saying the Western Conference doesn't care. This is ruthless out here. The Timberwolves have been on a tear. It is going to be really difficult to scratch our way up any higher in the seeding here. And, we may already be looking at a situation where we could be getting bumped back to 7th, 8th, by 7th by the end of the night tonight, which is why this back-to-back against the Bucks is going to be so important. And as we look at this matchup here, we already know Steph is out. So that's going to change some things here. The Warriors still heavily favored to win. I see them winning. Comment right now if you see the Warriors getting a victory here tonight, bouncing back from that awful loss. I see it. This is the true test. This is how great teams make their mark. They throw up a stinker, lose an ugly game against a depleted team, and they respond the way they're supposed to. And that's what I believe is going to happen tonight. They are going to claw out a victory tonight, even without Steph. So, as we look at the matchup there, we're seeing that, it seems as if the Warriors at least have a shot here. And if you look at them in the last 5 here, the Bucks have not been doing well. They've lost 3 out of the last 5. They lost to OKC, which of course, top team in the West here. The Warriors have been on a roll. But as we look at the games that the Warriors have been playing, and I don't want to come off as negative here, but I think we may have to just slow down just a little bit and just be prepared and brace for this potential fall from the heavenly graces that we're so high in euphoria as Warriors fans right now. I just want to caution that, we're going to see some weird things happen at the end of the season here. And as you look at the teams that the Warriors have played during their current 7-1 stretch, they won 7 in a row, obviously, but Charlotte, not a good team. It was on the road, still got the win. New York, they beat them. That was the game when Karl Anthony Towns was not playing. Then you see they barely squeaked out the win in Brooklyn. That was a rough game. They got a good win at home when they returned home against Detroit. But still, that was a really tough game as well. The Portland game was a lot closer than it should have been. That's a bad Portland team. Sacramento, we blew out. That was great, but that was without Domantas Sabonis as well. Could have been a very different game there. And then you saw that hard-fought battle over the weekend against the Knicks, getting that scrappy win at home. But again, without one of the Knicks stars in Jalen Brunson. And then last night, Denver, you lose with 3 of their starters out, including Jokic and Jamal Murray. What is happening? Is this just a bit of an apparition here? Or I do think this is a great team. This is a great team. Look, you could play the 7 worst teams and win all 7, and still that is a huge victory in the NBA. I'm just saying we haven't beat a lot of top-tier talent at full strength yet, which is going to be a problem in the playoffs. Let's start to build some of this momentum here. So we have to respond tonight, get a win against the Bucks. Otherwise, if something more is happening with Steph, if he's just tired and he needs some rest, let him get the rest. It's going to serve us better in the long run. We have Podziemski coming back tonight. We have Kuminga, who's been looking decent in his return here. Let's just slow down. Let's slow everything down. Let's focus one game at a time. Let's get the win against the Bucks. Let's get Steph some rest, and we'll go from there. And Steve Kerr doesn't have to call the team out. So anyway, I'm going to go. I'm going to get ready to watch the Bucks game tonight. You tell me your thoughts. Is there more to worry about here with the Warriors? Do you think they're going to respond well against the Bucks? Do you think Steve Kerr was right for calling them out here? Let me know your thoughts, and we'll recap tomorrow. Randy Silver has got your post game, and we'll talk to you then. Peace.